Hey guys, this is Joel with JS Detailing, and today we have another time capsule. This is a 2006 Corvette Z06 with only 3,800 miles on it. Good friend of ours picked it up locally, and we're going to completely transform this thing. Once we are done, you won't even think that it's the same car. So we have quite the laundry list of items to go through, so I'll walk you through each thing. To start off up front here, we're going to replace the badge. We're going to replace the front splitter. We got ACS composite, that we got splitters, side skirts, rear spoiler. We're replacing the fog lights, the marker lights, and then of course one of the reasons we're going to remove all of this stuff is we're going to wrap this thing, and we're going to wrap it in Miami blue PPF. That's going to be a crazy color, so it'll look really special with the black headlights. We're going to leave the mirrors black and the roof black. The rest of the car will be all Miami blue PPF. We're replacing the wheels. We got carbon flash C7 ZR wheels coming. We got new badges for the side coming as well. We're gonna tint it. Nobody likes a fishbowl, so we gotta get that blacked out and tinted real nice. Coming down the side, like I said, we got side skirts. They'll be in carbon flash, so that'll tie in with the wheels and the spoiler and the front splitter really nice. And then even on the interior, we're going to replace all the LED lighting inside of there. Like I said, rear spoiler, and then we got new taillights we're going to put out back here. And then we're actually going to do a few of the engine modifications. So starting back here at the exhaust, it's all bone stock and factory, super quiet. So we're going to tune it up a little bit for them. We're going to make it real nice and loud. We're going to take the rear axle back mufflers off. We've got a friend in Lincoln we're going to haul them over to. He's going to cut them open, do the muffler mod on there, popular mod for Corvette guys. And then we're also going to do a X pipe, and we're going to do some KOOKS long tube headers. So once we get up here, we're going to replace the factory manifolds. We got KOOKS long tube headers, a Corsa cold air intake, and we're going to go through and we'll have somebody have to tune that just so we don't have a check engine light for the rear O2 sensors. But this is going to be a real big project, and can't wait to get started on it. I mean, we're even going through and changing the fluids on it because we don't know when they were last changed, especially the transmission, the differential. Guaranteed those probably haven't been changed. So we're going to go through this thing, get it all sorted out, and it's going to be a completely brand new car. All right, now we're going to get to the exhaust and header side of things. So I've done a lot of these on C6s and C7s. It's pretty straightforward. One thing you do want to keep in mind on these cars is with the dry sump oil system, you do have to disconnect those lines down below, so that's the perfect time to change your oil. So if you're trying to schedule when you want to get your headers done versus your oil service, that's the perfect time. So we do have some fresh oil on hand, ready to go. We're gonna disconnect everything up top. We'll start with the coil packs and the plugs and everything, get those out of the way. And then we'll unbolt the header bolts, or manifold bolts, soon to be headers. And then we'll lift it up and go underneath, and then we'll start pulling all the exhaust part down there. Like I said, we are going to do the muffler mod to this car, so I'm going to pull the mufflers off, take them over to our friend Landon in Lincoln, and he's going to weld those up. And then once we get those back, we'll be able to slip everything back together. But for today, we're just going to focus on the headers and the X pipe. All right, so now that we got all the spark plugs out and the wires off, I haven't loosened the manifolds just yet, mainly because I want them to be nice and tight and secure while we're taking the rest of this exhaust off. But as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Just got the mufflers back here in the back, and they connect here, and then to the H pipe, which is factory, and we're actually going to swap this out to an X pipe. We did KOOKS on the headers and the X pipe, and the reason is, like, I like KOOKS and I like ARH for about the best headers, but I've always had the best fitment with KOOKS, so that's what I always try to push on all of my customers, just because it's really easy. But here are these dry sump oil lines that I was talking about that we have to disconnect to get the manifold out and get the header in. So this is why we got to end up draining the system, because the oil's going to come out here, but we got these two drain plugs here and here. And then obviously we'll go ahead and change the filter for them as well. But yeah, we'll get the oil draining and start loosening some exhaust clamps. All right, finally got the stock manifolds and cats out. So we'll swap the O2 sensors over, and then we'll install the headers and do the X-pipe next. So our headers are all bolted up, and we've already mocked up the X-pipe and getting ready to install it. And then we remembered we got this sweet Corsa heat wrap. So this stuff goes up in here, and it's already laser cut out. It's really nice. Keeps all the engine or the exhaust heat out of the tunnel in the compartment. So it keeps everything really nice and cool. And it doesn't cook your legs. And if you've had a Corvette with exhaust before, you know what I'm talking about. But we'll get that thrown up in there and then throw the X-pipe in there. All right, headers are on. Look great. Connected to the factory mufflers back here. Got the Corsa heat shield up in here. Looking really good. Get the oil back in it, the plugs and wires back on, and then we can fire it up. Hey guys, we're doing a quick little update on here. We're moving really fast on this color change on the Z06. But we wanted to show you something. Every color change, you kind of have to take each panel and customize it to make sure you're covering that old color up. So for instance, like on this quarter panel, we shrunk the area around the lights. We took those out, so when we put his new lights in, you'll not see any black around there. And then same thing with these tail lights. So what I did was I took some scrap PPF and laid it in these holes, and then I ended up trimming around. And then when we go to lay the bumper face on here, then we can overlap it and seam it in here, and it'll look really clean and you won't be able to tell. I still have a little bit on here. I've already trimmed it, but what you can see is I just kind of did like a rough outline. I laid the film in there, and then I took some fine line to get my lines pretty straight and went all the way around. And then I took a little baby knife that I can fit in there, and it trims it really nice. So I'll show you when you go to peel this off. It peels up. Gotta get it. So then just peels up all around and leaves a nice clean line. And that's what that blue line does, is gives me a nice guide. And I can lift and set down this line as much as I want to straighten it out before I cut. So it's really nice to be able to eyeball that and make sure that it's all gonna go down great. Then we have a nice clean line. And then when we put the face on here, which is up there on the board, you'll be able to just lay it right back in here. I also shrunk these headlight holes, or tail light holes rather, and then we removed the emblem, but we left all this so it'll help guide us and kind of straighten it out. And then of course, our cuts actually have a 3-piece. So normally the normal cut has a piece to here, here to here, and then the other side. Well, we're gonna bulk that whole thing, so we only have one line on this edge, and then the spoiler will go on top as well. So should add for a really clean look. We've got most of the car done. It's really just the rear bumpers, and then we're gonna do clear on the roof and the mirrors, and then we're gonna leave the side skirts black as well. So stay tuned. All right guys, as you can see, we have wrapped up this whole project. This has been a lot of work over the last several weeks, kind of shuffling back and forth between other projects as well, but this thing came out immaculate. The Miami blue PPF, I wish we could show you in the sun, because in here it's a little bit lighter of a shade, but out in the sun it looks spectacular. But we got all the splitter, the fog lights, the LEDs, even on the inside, we got the new wheels and tires on it, got the new badges. Of course, STEK Dyno-Miami-blue clear on everything else, their normal dyno shield. We kept the mirrors black, the roof black, the side skirts, front splitter, rear spoiler are all carbon flash, which is like a metallic black, matches the wheels perfectly. These are actually OEM C6 Z06 wheels that we found. They really set the car off, I think. Kind of sets off the blue and the black, breaks it up, makes it look real good. We took it to H&S, had them dyno tune it after we did the headers and the intake. And surprisingly, on a Mustang dyno, it actually put down 456, which was a lot higher than what I was thinking for just a bone stock car with headers and a cold air intake. So thanks to TJ and Carlos and the guys at H&S for getting this in and getting it tuned right away. And then we got it back and we got it ceramic coated. And then we also did the dyno top windshield protection film as well. This car only has 3,900 miles on it, so it's fully protected, but it gives it that full custom look, and it just came out stunning, honestly. So hopefully sometime we can get you some shots of it in the sun, but yeah, check it out. Wait, guys, I almost forgot. Don't forget, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.